So now we're making a 4-finger anti-claw splint. The pattern kind of looks like this. So I've pre-cut it out of a piece of material. I believe this material that I'm using is called Fiberform Soft, and it's from Chesapeake Medical. And so this opening is going to go over the MP joints. It just doesn't look like it's quite big enough, so I'm going to just trim that a little larger on the small finger side. And then I'm going to put those MP joints in about 40 degrees of flexion. And then these pieces here are going to wrap into the palm. And then I'm going to roll that into a little bar that sits right at the distal palmar crease. And this is just going to sit flat on the back of the hand. And this is over the proximal phalanx. And I want to make sure that the MP joints can come all the way into full flexion. Okay, and then come back up again, and we're just going to hold her at about 45 degrees. Still didn't get quite enough cut away at the small finger side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just cut a little bit more there. I'm going to have you go ahead and come out of there. And pull your hand out there. There we go. Perfect. So I'm going to correct this a little bit. It's probably a little bit longer than it really needs to be. Okay. Okay, go ahead and slide your hand in. And this is that Fiberform Soft. It's made out of Kevlar, so it's extremely strong. We've got kind of a good wide distribution of forces over the back of the hand, although I would probably pad that and this with the padding just for comfort. Go ahead and make a fist and then straighten up. And when this hardens, which is probably not quite hard yet, so we wait maybe a couple more minutes, but when it hardens, it will prevent her full MP joint extension. And of course what that does then is it transfers the force of the extensor digitorum communis to the distal attachments into the PIP joint, into the distal phalanx, so that it allows for full finger extension when there's median and ulnar nerve injury with loss of the intrinsic musculature. So go ahead and straighten, and you see it's not allowing her full MP extension. Okay. And it's not quite hard.
I'll say, yeah.
You're still.
Does it ever tip like that though?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, it does tip a little bit, and that's why I like to pad it.
Okay.
And also, I would trim it's a little high on your small finger because the small finger is PIP joints down there. So I would just kind of trim this too. So let's continue to let that harden. And I do like this Fiberform Soft for this splint particularly because it's very strong. And once this hardens, you know, there's a lot of force that's placed against that with the hand coming into extension. And so that will really help. Now I'm gonna just, if I fold that over a little bit, contour that, that's gonna add strength.
Mhm.
And I may roll that, probably not a good idea to dip it, but do it with the heat gun. Just so there's a nice, a smoother edge, so if that's rolled, that's gonna be more comfortable. And again, I would use the padding over the whole upper and lower portion of the splint. Let's go ahead, that should, not quite hard yet, but it's getting there. Okay. And make a fist and straight. So again, transferring the force of the EDC muscle, so it does not act upon the MPs, it transfers the force to the PIP and DIP joints. So when there's loss of PIP and DIP extension with an intrinsic injury, or ulnar injury affecting the intrinsic muscles of the hand. Questions?